advice about the $500 a month living expense that you can survive on it. Most of the expat channels say they can, but I'm the one, a Filipino channel, say you can't. So this is the frame that they have done yesterday. But today they're just chipping the door frame area here because the frames that he made will not fit properly. So both doors, they are chipping. So that's what they have been doing this morning. And with Daloy, he had been squaring up the window on this outside and also the window here, and I need a chip mark, so we'll have an area that's finished, and also the corner of that bungalow here. I want him to just smoothen it out, not really square, just smoothing it out. So this corner, two sides will be finished. And like I said, it might not be the perfect rendering, but I think he's done a good job. I've gone past worrying. I want it done and gone. And a lot of people is asking me about who will be cleaning up the rubble. It has to be me, because if you look at that pipe, that galvanized pipe there, that's the end of the boundary. There's a coordinating one at the other end. That pipe, that's the line. The left side here will be the 5-meter wide road. So the rubble is on my side. And the reason that I was the one destroying it, because otherwise, if I don't, that will be livable for some of the relations of the old couple, and I don't want that same problem anymore. So right now, the reason why I'm not taking out the rubble, because I don't want anyone to ever think about making a temporary shed or something here. So that will be not convenient for them to, they have to move the rubble. So as long as we can go around the property, that stays for the moment until we're ready to clear it up. But anyway, we're on the last stage of our finishing touches. I'm not gonna paint the house because anyone asking me if we're gonna paint it. No, we just render it clean, that's all. They have not been living on a painted house. That's all for them. Tiles and paint will be their own, because I already had been over budget on this bungalow, so I don't want to be making it all nice and worry free and ready for the heirs. I just want it all convenient for the old couple. And the heirs, that's the one that demanding tiles, paint, and roof trusses, metal trusses I mean. That's their problem. When they inherit the house, they can do that. But as of the moment, convenient and safe, that's all I have in mind. Convenient, safe, and comfortable for the old couple as what they are used to. Going back down now for my final check, even though the work is really slow, but I still have to check it to make sure that they're up, not just sleeping around today, because it's really getting slower and slower. So day 54 on my budget bungalow build, I received an email about a foreigner. Like, he told me that he's been watching other expat channel because he was really contemplating on retiring here in the Philippines or coming here. Although he's not yet on the retirement age, but he liked to come here and try to live here in the Philippines as an expat. And so he was looking through expat channels, and he has some advice about the $500 a month living expense that you can survive on it. Most of the expat channels say they can, but I'm the one, a Filipino channel, say you can't. And he believes me more as a Filipino. Well, thanks for that. But I would like to reiterate, although I addressed this issue so many times before, that check. That's how we told of dogs around here. Check. And so he believes me more than the foreigner saying that. And also, I could only speak for myself. I believe as a Filipino, you can, especially if you live in a shed, your electricity is so limited, you're eating like local sardines, dried fish, and a bit of that. And I believe when you want to come here in the Philippines, you don't want to downgrade. You want to be as comfortable as you can. Because for me, I could only share how I live myself. I live a very comfortable life than most Filipinos. I'll check it here first. So this is what they done for today. Just 2 frames for today. And it's the last hour, so they're just putting the cement around it. That's all. So I know a lot of you is saying it's now getting very slow. I myself was saying that. But like I said, the one that I have in line to do the finishing job once it's made to be also hired. So I am now stuck with the devils I know than hiring a new one that I don't know. Yeah, it's very, very slow, and I know their weakness is precision jobs. Precision jobs, they can't do it. But this is what lessons I've learned. They will not be building my next project. No, I will have a new team. Definitely have a new team for the house building. Maybe I will just hire them for the road, but definitely not the house building. So as regards the Lois rendering, this is what he done all day, just squaring up 2 windows. So I will put him back on the wall because he seems to have more results on the wall and squaring up. This is ridiculous. One day this is his finish. Squaring up 2 window frames for 1 day. I know he's just starting, but this is ridiculous. So you've seen him rendering on the outside walls, and he seemed to be better when there is no squaring, when there is no strings attached. So I'll put him back on the wall, and anyone that's free, maybe if Tony is free, which I don't think it will be because it's another slow pokes. Yeah, this is what he done. That one's 5 hours this morning, and this one is 4 hours. Very, very slow. So I was shocked myself that this is what his result for just for today. It's not even finished. Look at where the electric thing is. It's not even done. And he's just done on this one. So it's not his forte. He just better off if it's the wall, the flat wall, not this one. So this is what we are as of the moment, day 54. Yeah, it's very slow with the Loy rendering. It's better off in a wall than just squaring up. And he's also doing the mock for those doing the door frame, like what they are doing here. That 2 door frames a day. That's what they done. 2 of them a day. So, like I said, that's not good if you're doing a business for house. But I'm stuck with this that people now. It's like I said, we just have to finish it all together. I'm so bored with this budget bungalow now that whatever it can do to finish, like the Loy don't render before, but he's now learning because like as you know, the one that follows me, Fredo, has some heart murmur and he wants to have a rest for a week. So instead of just standing there, I just let the Loy do the rendering. Although when I calculate the total running cost, I put him on a proper wage. But he's good in mixing mocks and all that. He's very fast. He works hard. But this kind of rendering, I just put up with it because then he do nothing at all. You can see that instead of just waiting and just sacking all the sand and gravel, might as well do some productive job like the slowly rendering. But now I know he can't do the squaring up because like this two here, he done this for the whole day. But every day that goes on, it's getting me closer to get out of here. I wish I had windows, then it can be installed. But as of the moment, we are making the frames and making the doors. Although it saves me around minimum of 10,000 pesos, but it still be covering up for the slowness of them making it because they're not good at precision work. So going back to what I said about the email, that he rather believe me than other expat channel who said that one can survive here as a foreigner for $500 a month. My idea was, I thought when you want to live in other countries, if you have a comfortable life in your country, you don't want to downgrade. If not the same or higher, because it's cheaper here. But the thing is, if you want to live on $500 a month, like I excused before, like I have made videos of this before, and what are the reasons that I disagree, is because I could only speak for myself. Look, right now, I just had my electric bill, and I'll show you what I mean. This is my electric bill for month of May. There. And you can see I have 4 bills. Look. That's the Visayan Electric Company. That's the provider here in Cebu City. And this is my main house bill. I have to blot out all my name, of course, so you won't have to start checking me out. But that's my main bill for the month of May. So, basically about 22,000 pesos per month. That will be around, divided by 50, $440. So, if I'm living on $500 a month, I only have $60 left for my food, phone, internet, petrol for my vehicles. No, I cannot live on $500 a month. So, like I said, a foreigner should be not be looking at living here lesser than how he lives in the States. I mean, comfort-wise, lesser. What if he can live like a Filipino, no aircon, just live on a mosquito net, and live with the food that they are eating here? Vegetables, sardines, dried fish, dried beans, but and also another thing, but it's a fact of life, and we cannot deny it. The prices are color coded. What I mean is, if a white person or even a black American coming here, considering that you are a foreigner, whatever color you are, as long as you're not a Filipino talking one, the prices change. I mean, Even the Nigerian, we have some neighbors here who are Nigerian before. They are now living down in Pitos, but they are also priced higher than the local people that's buying it. Tangig tubig dong. Their prices change. Like I said, the prices are color coded. So that's a fact of life. So you cannot have the same price if you are buying as a foreigner than a Filipino buying, speaking the local language, haggling in the local language. So that's another thing. And one thing is the visa. As a Filipino, we don't have visas to pay. But you have as a foreigner. So do not. Thanks for believing me. I don't want you to be in peril because you believe that you can survive on 25,000 pesos a month, because it's hard now. Prices are going up as well. Because I got a comment from Rodney that they went to one grocery that I also go to, and they've noticed that the groceries prices have increased. It's true. So I could only speak for myself that I cannot live as a Filipino on $500 a month, because if that's why I'm showing you my sample of my electric bill. But like someone like Deloy, he's earning 8,000 pesos a month from me, but that's domestic, so he's free accommodations, he's nothing to pay. That's clean money for him because this is part of my domestic stuff. But that's easy for him because he's single and he only sends his mother once in a while. So 8 grand for him, it's plenty. But not a foreigner, because Deloy will eat Filipino food. He lives very simply. And he has no rent, he has no electric, no water, everything's free for him. Sometimes he buys his own food, of course, like the ones that he likes to eat with his money. Or have friends come over his house that I built for him. He got friends coming over and they will have, like in the weekend, they will have drinking spree. And that's what he's spending it on. I also buy most of his clothes, not some. Just was saying I bought him some trousers the last time I went out. So, yeah. No, not for a foreigner, but a Filipino living a very simple life, eating Filipino foods. Yes, it can. But if you want a comfortable life, that's not enough. What I'm saying, I'm only speaking for myself because I'm living a comfortable life. Not like most locals, so it's not enough for me. And so is you as a foreigner, because you have to have the comfort that you have at home, not downgrade from the comfort you have at home. So what's used today is 1.5 sack of cement, because they spend most of their days putting those 2 frames because they have to chip in the walls as well. And old people, Lito and Tony, was working on that one, and then Deloy was just squaring up this. So that's why it's only now that they have a whole bag of cement, where now that they're trying to put cement on those frames that they have put in after they chip in. And Deloy continued to do the rendering. So yeah, 1.5 bags of cement additional from yesterday's total, day 52, 53, and this is day 54. And their wages for the 3 people. So they're just finishing the remaining muck here inside. Because as you can see, all the door frames and window frames in this room has been installed, and 2 sides is almost done. So I told Deloy when he finished this corner here, Dili na madagro dila lang.
Paano naman? Ipis kayo. Kapunan niya sa ka. Sa pahit. Maupos mo ni katong palang tubig. Dito nila.
So ayun lang. Maurag yan. Basta makuha lang ang kuan. Kanang unsingan ani. Abog. Moram na ipurpusa ng nga di siya mahimong kuan. Gamay lang sa gaya na tay. That's why I have to stay on sometimes here because I still feel that they go lax when I'm not around. So with this remaining mop, I told them to put it here in the room. If not, they won't even think about it. But they're getting there. I know a lot of you saying it's getting so slow. But I want this room tomorrow be done. So it's just be waiting for the door and window. I want the Loy here to be rendering and squaring it all up. There's only a few more rendering left. This wall that I'm facing, where the door frame was enclosed, and a few squaring. So that's where the Tony is, squaring out the window, the door, and this is the Loy over here in the corner. Because I want the corner, like I said, but it's just taking so long on the frame of the window. But then again, he's just a learner, so at least I'm still gonna be paying his wages even though he's not working. So at least there's an input, productive input out of it. I'll say that just don't bother to square it up. Just make sure it's just round in the corner.